If you were a kid in the early to mid-2000s, you'd remember when Nickelodeon released banger shows like Chalk Zone, My Life as a Teenage Robot, Danny Phantom, and the titan of the channel, Avatar: The Last Airbender. I've already talked about it before. Check out the video in the description. But one show that came into existence thanks to Nick's Oh Yeah cartoon was Fairly Odd Parents, a show following Timmy Turner, an average kid that no one understands. He was gifted fairy godparents because of how terrible his life was, dealing with an abusive babysitter named Vicky and neglectful parents who either worked too much or spent more time out with each other than with their own son.
Hey, short stuff! Guess what? We're going to the movies!
All right!
Not we're, as in all of us. We're, as in your mom and I.
What?
You're not old enough for this movie, and we're not taking you!
He goes on adventures with his godparents, making wishes and having fun. For the first 5 seasons, the show was a blast, with great visuals, funny jokes, and interesting stories. The side characters and villains were also fun to watch because you didn't need to take them too seriously. Now recently, the Fairly Odd Parents released a sequel show, A New Wish, taking place 20 years after the first one. This time, Cosmo and Wanda have a new god kid named Hazel going through her own adventures. We also see a kid her age named Dev Dimmadome, son of Dale Dimmadome, who we saw as a teenage kid in the OG series making lemonade for Vicky.
The light! It burns!
Dev, even though he's a spoiled rich kid, is a lonely and sad person, which is why he's gifted his own fairy godparent, this one being Poof, the son of Cosmo and Wanda.
Well, at least I was. I changed my name to Perry.
Okay, Perry. What the hell was that? Now why do I bring this up? Well, I saw a YouTube short by West Flower, link in the description, where they call out Wanda for hypocrisy after Wanda mentions to Perry that his god kid is a doozy.
Why didn't you tell us you were assigned a fairy god kid?
You got a real doozy.
The audacity! Say anything you want, but Dev Dimmadome is a peck of dust compared to anything Timmy ever was. This little fella messed up the timeline so much he caused the apocalypse at least 5 times. The Book of the Rules is literally twice as big just because of him.
Now yes, Timmy did make mistakes, but the examples given weren't Timmy's fault. Well, most of the time. The apocalypse they show was because of an uber-powerful muffin that Crocker got and made a wish of total power. A muffin, I might add, that was a gift from Fairy World for Timmy making it to 1 year with his godparents, which was considered rare because historically god kids either became too happy and the godparents weren't needed anymore, or they revealed their godparents to people who didn't have godparents of their own and lost them.
Exactly 1 year ago that we became your fairy godparents.
Is that a big deal or something?
Yeah, by this time, most of you squirts end up getting your fairy godparents taken away.
Why?
Usually, by now, a child has done something to reveal the existence of their fairies
Hey, are those fairy godparents?
They sure are.
and made them go away forever.
Now they also comment on an old god kid Cosmo and Wanda had in the early 20th century, Marianne, who made some wish that ended up causing World War I. But Marianne lost them after her wish and was placed into the Hall of Infamy, where bad god kids are put for Cosmo and Wanda to reflect on. Timmy was considered one of Cosmo and Wanda's favorite god kids, and he even got a whole room of his own.
The Hall of Timmy! Gaze upon its splendor, Philip! Each picture is another good time we had with you!
When Wanda mentions that Perry got a doozy of a god kid, she was talking about the attitude Dev had, and let's not forget, Dev lost Perry because of how he treated him.
Ugh, wrong. Try again.
You know, perfection is subjective. You might want to ask for a specific flavor.
I said wrong. Try again.
I wish I had the staff.
Oh, what's wrong with your magic?
The Tooth Fairy offered me a job at the Fairy School of Dentistry, but no. I insisted on going into the family business instead.
He was very demanding at first, stressing Perry out, and even at one point stopped wishing altogether, causing Perry to have magical buildup.
Dev, is that you?
Magical backup? Oh no! Magic buildup! I'm not falling for that one again! Hey, it's raining me!
Timmy never intentionally hurt Cosmo and Wanda, and yes, while he did lose them a couple of times, only one was because he was abusive to them, and that was when he acted like how Dev would act in the show. The other times were when Timmy wished that kids ruled the world.
You have too much power!
Uh-oh!
When he revealed Cosmo and Wanda to save them.
You see those two creatures floating in Crocker's scepter? And they're my fairy godparents! Well, there's rules as to what I can and can't do with them.
And you just broke the biggest one! When you reveal our existence, we have to go away forever! But we don't want to go away forever! We love you!
I love you too. And that's why I had to tell the truth. Because the truth will set you free!
When he aged himself up to defeat Vicky.
Hey! What's going on? Why won't this stupid thing work?
Because Timmy's too old for fairies!
I gotta go to pick up a couple of fairies.
Oh no! It's the fairy cab! But we can't leave Timmy! But the meter's running!
When his secret wish was revealed.
Foop, what exactly are you saying?
I'm saying that Timmy Turner made a secret wish.
A secret wish? But that's the ultimate violation of fairy law!
Turner, what did you wish for?
I secretly wish that everyone would stop aging so that I could stay 10 years old and keep my fairies forever.
What? When did you make this wish?
50 years ago?
Timmy Turner, this is an egregious violation of fairy law. It is the decision of this council that every wish Timmy Turner has ever made will be undone. And he will have no memory of his fairy godparents.
And when Norm the Genie made a fake Timmy to abuse them and make them quit.
But it's still not nice!
Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good.
We quit!
What have you done?
Hey, anybody else here have an evil plan go super great today?
Timmy did make a lot of mistakes, but come on, he was 10. So I decided to go through and mark all of the wishes that were either for the benefit of someone else or just harmless in general, but were selfish, but they didn't hurt anybody. We're going to start off with these good, selfless wishes Timmy made throughout the show. In Tiny Timmy, he wishes Cosmo and Wanda would enjoy their afternoon while he did his own science report. In A Partnership, Timmy wishes Cosmo and Wanda would stop fighting because they were fighting over a mistake about their anniversary. In Dream Goat, he wishes Chompy was free because he was upset. He did have a guilty conscience because he framed Vicky for freeing the goat, but the goat was the main focus. In That Old Black Magic, he does wish the anti-fairies free, but simply because some of them were already free and they were hurting his mom, and he wanted them to stop. In Foulballed, he wished Chester was the best baseball player simply because he wanted to help his best friend. At the end of The Switch Glitch, he gave a 5-year-old Vicky an amusement park and ice cream to give her a good day. Now granted, he did wish her young so he could bully her like she bullied him, but he rectified it at the end. In Mighty Mom and Dino Dad, he wishes his parents had superpowers because he was tired of seeing them come home from work exhausted and wanted them to spend time with him. Yes, it was a selfish wish in that he wanted to spend time with them, but he was also not happy seeing them come home still stressed out and exhausted. In Nighty Night, he wishes King Arthur back to life after he was killed by the dragon. In Fairy Fairy Quite Contrary, he wishes Remy had more time with his parents after Remy wanted to get rid of Timmy's godparents. Timmy still did something nice for him. In That's Life, he wished his mom's garden was full of life because he felt bad everything she grew died, and she cried about it. In Shiny Teeth, he initially wished for Chip Skylark to get his teeth, which were stolen by Dr. Bender, back, but was told he needed to have the Tooth Fairy do that because it's a tooth-based wish. In Odd Odd West, he wished to go back in time where he would hide the deed of the town Dimsdale Flats and rediscover it so he could give it to his father because his father loved Dimsdale Flats as a kid. In Microphony, he uses a wish to make his treehouse a radio station so he could ensure kids and parents would spend time together in the summer, because before this, Vicky was charging them to take care of the kids so they could go out and have fun. In So Totally Spaced Out, he wishes the Yucopotamians were hungry so they could eat an invading alien species who was invading both their planet and Earth. In Wanda's day off, he wishes Wanda was at a magical spa so she could have, well, the day off. And what's the difference? In order to hide Mark from Mandy, he wishes the school was a Find It book, so she couldn't find him. In the good old days, he wishes he and Pappy were in a 1930s rubber hose style world for Pappy so he could have a good time. In Mission Responsible, he wishes Wanda would stop worrying and have fun. In The End of the Universe, Itty, he makes several wishes to save the planet. And finally, he wished Cosmo and Wanda could have a baby, which gave us Poof. Now let's talk about the harmless but still selfish wishes Timmy's made. He wished to be older, he wished for a challenging video game, he wished for a small dinosaur for show and tell, wished to switch places with Doidle, Vicky's dog, wished everyone was the same in hopes of ending snobbishness thanks to Dr. Bender and his clone son. He wished he could play with his Crimson Chin action figure one more time. He wished he knew everything because he was tired of AJ rubbing his genius into his face.
Go AJ, 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 go AJ. Aha.
He wished he was invisible so he could hide from Francis. He wished for the best night costume at the Renaissance Fair. He wished to go inside the internet. He wished his dad had a cooler job. Wished for sets for his film. Wished for Kung Fu mastery for a fight against Francis. Wished no sound because of all the yelling and all the loud noises happening to him. Wished he was a baby to hide from Francis and other bullies. Wished for only desserts. And wished for a hidden magical identity to do magic for a neighborhood block party. Timmy does have a good number of selfish and even dangerous wishes, but a good number of his wishes, 37 I gave across 10 seasons, weren't so bad. So comparing Dev, who was a troublemaker off the cuff, to Timmy, who made mistakes but did make wishes to help his friends and loved ones, aren't really comparable. Dev was indeed a doozy, as Wanda said, but Timmy wasn't that bad. Even Jorgen was impressed with Timmy a few times.
Your delay tactics were obviously part of your overall presentation.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Very impressive. Highly original.
But don't think this is me attacking West Flower. On the contrary, this is me defending Timmy. Yes, he had his moments where he did make bad wishes, but several wishes, especially in the early seasons, weren't made with malicious intent, and several were for people he cared about. Dev was just kind of a brat the whole time he had a fairy. And he didn't really deserve a fairy. So, they're not really comparable. As I said, Timmy has made mistakes. He's going to. He's a 10-year-old boy with nigh infinite possibilities at his fingertips or at the end of his fairy's wand. Dev just was really abusive. Timmy loved Cosmo and Wanda to the point where he wanted them to be happy, he wanted them to be secure, and he wanted them to be comfortable. Most fairy god kids that we have seen aren't really like that. Some are very abusive, some are downright evil, and some are even, well, stupid. But Timmy tried. So, just give a little bit of defense to him. Now, go check out West Flower, and if you like this video, please click the like and subscribe button. I do stream on YouTube. I'm going to be continuing a stream that I had just started a few days ago of me playing Pokemon Coliseum for the first time. And once that's done, I'll jump to Gale of Darkness, because I haven't played either of those since, well, recently. But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a good day, good evening, whatever your time zone. Bye-bye.